I'll be honest, Star Trek's kind of hit or miss with me, but this was awesome. I had a lot of fun with this.
Wow.
So this was great. Now, where are you going? No. Now, how did it feel to return to Philippa Giorgio after everything you've accomplished since Discovery?
Oh my God, I've been waiting to come back to do that. That need never wavered.
It started obviously as a series. I think Craig and the writing staff did like 3 or 4 episodes, and then COVID hit. That ended up getting followed by Michelle winning an Oscar, which then ended up getting followed by a writer strike, right? And so there were all these things that just sort of conspired to shift things around. The thing that was so incredible was that Michelle, after winning an Oscar and getting offered everything in the world, decided to double down on Section 31.
We were still shooting Star Trek Discovery at that point in 2016. And I remember saying to Alex, adore him, spin-off, Section 31, Philippa Giorgio. I think maybe at that point he got like, wow, this woman is really bold.
It just made more sense to do it as a film, which I think was a blessing in disguise, because the arc of her character over the course of the movie is really the arc that her character would have had over the course of season 1.
Well, now that you've got this chance to play Philippa Giorgio years later, who's one other character from your career that you'd love to revisit and explore more?
If you look at my career, there's not often that I do the same kind of roles. I've probably done only with Reign of Assassins and then Crouching Tiger 2, but they were like 5-10 years apart from each other. I'm always on the lookout for something new. And it's very interesting to be able to find a character that can give you spaces, playgrounds that are different and so different each time.
Zev has some great hair.
I'm an insecure man. I've had 2 hair transplants, right? And hair is a big thing in my life, and it's a real insecurity of mine. We just tried on a silly little wig. And then Ryan Reed, the genius of Ryan Reed, our head of hair and makeup, he was like, yeah, you could do this. And then we went, maybe Johnny Bravo is the thing that we should be building here. Maybe that kind of, and we put on this wig and we cut it and we made it the thing. And I was like, this is really helping to inform the character. He has a dog called Justin, which is a little terrier, which looks almost exactly the same as the wig when they're lying down. So the wig is called a Justin.
What was the most exciting or unexpected part of stepping into the Star Trek universe?
We know about the droves of fans, the smorgasbord of fans, the conglomerate, the quantity of fans, and the way that they fan, right? There's a manner to fanning. And I think Star Trek fans really rock out in a way that perhaps was expected, but equally it hits a bit different.
Sven, now seeing as Fuzz is basically like a microscopic worm living in someone's head, what intrigued you the most about playing such a, well, let's say, unconventional character?
What intrigued me the most is probably the fact that he's unhinged, so anything goes, everything's fair game. And I think in the sphere of like what we do is like, I don't think there was a ball or a bat that was thrown at him and passed straight back. And we got to play. And I think that was the joy and the gift of a character like Fuzz.
I play a character that existed already. I wanted to go back to Trisha O'Neill's work in Yesterday's Enterprise for sure. And then, I didn't have mountains of Trek experience before, so tangential Trek experiences. So I did feel a responsibility to get into it, right? So I started with Discovery, and have been making my way through many other things since then.
I think Section 31 is very similar to organizations that we have. Right? Okay, organizations, some that we know very well and some that we possibly don't know about. And I think we live in a world where sometimes the diplomatic thing to do or the political thing to do is not the right thing to do. And so you need Section 31s in this world to be able to quietly, unnoticeably do some of the things.
We're always in search of utopia and civilization, different countries around the world. And in order to get that utopia or achieve it, or achieve a lot of the nice things that a lot of people experience, there is a gray area and an agency that usually operates in the dark. And we have that same conversation as fans. Hey, should Section 31 exist? And we have that same conversation just in the larger world and within the United States and other countries. Should the CIA be allowed to do what it does? Are there other 3-letter acronyms that we don't even know about that are responsible for doing the things, the dirty things, to keep our way of life sustainable. And so I think it holds a really interesting space. And with Section 31, the movie, we delve into it more. It can go into many dark places, and I really love that we chose an area that's a little bit more light in tone and a little bit more fun to explore. And it's one of the cool things you can do with science fiction. One of the cool things you can do with Star Trek is talk about things that are really crucially important to us in real life, but in a way that I think is palpable and people can digest.